Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video I want to talk about NEO. Okay, so this is a coin that been coming up in my radar. I have been following it since the early January, and there are a lot of momentum behind this coin. There's a lot of people who talk about this coin. The project is based out of China, and there's just good growing community behind NEO, but I wanted to do a technical analysis. You can go to the CoinMarketCap, go to their website and take a look at their white paper and all the fundamentals behind the coin. In this video I mainly want to cover the technical analysis, especially when it's coming right at the resistance point, a major resistance point, I should add, right around $116. Okay, so NEO initially broke out back in December time frame, consolidated, kind of sold off, and then tried to make that leg up toward end of December. It went all the way up to $200. Alright, and that's where I was very skeptical, in a way that I was telling people to wait if you wanted to add on to a position, or if you wanted to start a new position in NEO. But I just want to emphasize, when I say anything on the channel, it's not a financial advice. It's just my opinion, my viewpoint. So you can take it, you can leave it. I just want to emphasize that point because it needs to be very transparent that this is not a recommendation, this is not a financial advice. So please do your own research, do your own due diligence, and that's how you, because you're the ultimate boss, you're the one who will have to pull the trigger. I can show you the door, but you have to walk through the door. You have to open the door and you have to walk through the door. Okay, so always keep that in mind. Okay, so NEO basically had that almost $200 mark back on January 16th, sold off with the overall market. It was looking very strong when the overall market sold off the first time and tried to rebound. NEO was pretty up, it was ready to bounce up from that that recent low, and then the overall market corrected. Since then NEO went all the way down to around $65, which was the trading range from December time zone. So it went all the way down to mid-December price point during the sell-off, and since then it tried to bounce off, and now it's coming at a very major resistance right around $116. The reason I'm saying we are coming at the major resistance are few things. Alright, so first of all, the previous support that we had back on January 22nd, January 23rd, that is becoming a resistance for the price action. Okay, that's one of the resistance level. Second is the resistance level of the 10-day moving average, that's coming right at that level. And third resistance, that if you want to call it, is the 50% retracement from the bottom of December 22nd and the top of January the 15th. And the 50% retracement is right at $115 mark. So what I'm trying to say is there are triple resistance that's coming up in NEO for intermediate term. So if I were to start a new position in NEO, the overall market have to improve drastically in order for NEO to break through all three resistance here. Okay, so let's take a deeper dive into the shorter time frame. Let's take a look at the shorter time frame. So here NEO is had a nice uptick, nice little bit of bull run, and now it's coming at that major resistance of $116, which it's going to be on the daily. It's we are coming at very like major resistance. For the one is 50% retracement level from the December low to the January high. Second is the resistance of the previous support level, and the third is the moving average on the daily, the 10-day moving average on the daily. So I would be just a little bit cautious here. I'm not like saying that NIO cannot break through this resistance, but it will definitely need some support. We can have maybe a fake out, and then if we don't have the volume in this breakout of 116 level, then I don't see it sustainable breakout for NIO, at least in the short term. All right, so keep that in mind if you have a position in NIO, or if you're thinking about adding a position in NIO. I think it can break through it, but it just needs volume to be sustainable break. I can see a inverse head and shoulder pattern even going on here. Let's look at a 1 hour chart, and that will give you kind of inverse head and shoulder pattern. So here, if you can see it, you can call this a left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. So, and the neckline, you can have like, you know, this 116 to 130 level as a neckline break. But for short term, definitely keep your eye on 116 level. Okay, let me draw this resistance for the next level. Okay, all right. So yeah, for next level, keep your eye on like 116, 124, and then 130. So those are the resistance level, intermediate resistance level for short term, and the support is right around 108 level for intermediate support. Okay, so the reason I wanted to do this NIO review is I think it's just major resistance are on the daily. I like to look at the bigger time frame, because I like to stay in for like at least few days if I'm starting a position, and if I don't see a major breakout or potential, if I see a lot of resistance, then I tend to stay away from those coins, just because the fundamental might be very strong, very good, but if I see a lot of resistance in the short term, especially on the daily and the bigger time frame, I tend to stay away from it. It's just my strategy that I have been following, but again, it can break out of this resistance level. We do need a higher volume in order to have a sustainable breakout. So just to recap, coming up, NIO is coming up against major resistance right now. A moving average, 10-day moving average, Fibonacci retracement of 50% from the December low to January high, and other resistance are the price point, which was a previous support and now acting as a resistance. Okay, so that's a recap. That's just a update on NIO and short term. So keep your eye on it. Again, if it has to break out, it has to break out with a higher volume. Okay, volume will be the key in order to get the sustainable breakout. Alright, so that's a wrap on NIO, and let me know if you have any questions. Post it in the comment. I get back to those comments right away. Let me know any other coins that's really coming up that you want me to like take a look at it. I want to cover one of the coin that one of the subscriber DL, he talked about it a couple of times. It's DGD. DGD. It's DGX. I don't know. It's DL is definitely a little bit of weird name. I'm not very. I think they could have done a much better job on the naming of this coin. All right. So I think this is a good coin which is backed by gold bullions, and it's especially a good hedge if you have a sizable crypto portfolio, and if you want to hedge it. I think this is the good coin. I'm still like doing my research on this coin, so I'm not going to give you a lot of updates on it or make a video on the coin itself right now, just because I'm still doing my own research. I'm not very familiar with it. I'm just getting on it. I just started looking at it today. So far I like it. It looks pretty good, especially against hedging it against any downside risk. And if you see, like, any time it's been in a steady climb, low circulating supply, all the good things, all the good things that you like to see in the coin, and all the good type of coin that you want to diversify with. So far, DL, if you're listening to this is I like this coin. It gives you another variety in the portfolio. I think it's a good hedge coin against the crypto portfolio, in your crypto portfolio, and overall it's been like steady gainer. That's the main thing. It's not one of those coins that is just spiking up and coming right down, although it did spike up and during that sell-off, because everybody wanted to get into that hedge thing that I just mentioned, that they want to hedge their crypto portfolio against something which is gold standard. So yeah, I think this is one of the coins that maybe every portfolio should have, but I'm still looking more into it, and I like it. I like what I have seen so far. Okay, so that's a wrap. Let me know what you guys think. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit those notification icons so you get the videos right away. If you learned something today, if you think these videos are beneficial, please give me a thumbs up, and I will make more videos for you guys. All right, thank you. Have a good night.